And guys, it just feels, again, especially on offense, like this team has absolutely, again, no answers to the questions that continue to be asked.
Yeah, they were able to muster one decent drive that ended in a turnover. When you look at it, you know, they just don't establish any rhythm. They don't win on first down. It's just much of the same. I mean, we can just push record or repeat from last week, and it's pretty much the same thing. You know, defensively, just I think when they said it summed up the season after you get an interception to throw a Hail Mary to give up 7 points that way, kind of summed up the luck of the Jets this season. Unfortunate that they can't get anything going. And the season is over, officially. I mean, I'm sure mathematically they're still there, but I think any hope that was still left is done. You have to play the young players. And you start looking towards the draft, and you start saying, okay, who's going to be here? What do we have to do to address the offensive side of the ball? Everything we do has to be dedicated to what we can do to help the offense. I don't care if the entire draft is that. They're going to have to get out on free agency, and they're going to have to try and fix this offensive line that we all knew was going to be an issue this year. That was the biggest, even with Aaron Rodgers, that was the biggest unknown that we had. They went out in a lot of depth, but it wasn't quality depth, and they haven't been able to stay healthy. And the teams that have been successful in this league, offensive line has had a lot of time together to gel.
Yeah, Bart, spot on. I think the biggest problem right now, if you're a Jets fan, you're looking at a hopeless team, right? That's the troublesome part. Because last year we understood what it was, but we came in this year with a lot of hope. Talk about Hard Knocks and Aaron Rodgers, yada yada yada. But right now, unfortunate. Last year I remember sitting at this desk and talking about, hey, especially when they took that 3-game nosedive, you got to start playing for the name on your back. You got to start playing for your brother. You got to start playing for the pride of the game and the respect of the game. And here we are again. And so it's tough watching Robert Saleh because, I do believe he has somewhat of an intimate relationship with this locker room because they've been with him. These are his guys. And right now he has to go in that locker room and, he has to preach to these guys. There's still a game left. We still got to play the game how it's supposed to be played. We got to be disciplined, and he has to go through all his checklists. But it's rough. It's tough, and there's no answers. Bottom line, there are no more answers. It's just about finishing strong.
Only problems. No answers, only problems.
And that's where we're at. So it's tough, man. It's tough to watch it. I know every time we come here, we love each other. There's camaraderie here, but the bottom line, we support the Jets. We want the Jets to win. We want this organization to stop being a laughingstock.
It's not good for business.
Right. I think a lot of people who see us on the street, they give us the face. They give us the therapy face. How can we fix it? Can't fix it. This is what it is.
Not this year.
Can't fix it this year.
You can't. All you can do is hope.
And
for next
year. Black Friday, pour yourself a tall one, and have a great weekend.
But I think you need to start figuring out what can be answers for next year. And I think that's something Bart hinted at, play some of the young players. And I think some hard conversations need to start happening with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets organization and everybody involved. And that includes the play caller, honestly, at number one for me. I would assume they're going to go into next year with Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas, but you know what they say about assuming right now, especially with how bad things have gotten right now. And I think Aaron Rodgers is at the forefront of those conversations with people like Woody Johnson, and they need to figure out where he's comfortable with change in this organization. Because I think if we've learned anything this year, yes, you could say the season altered, the expectations altered when Rodgers went down 4 plays into it, but you also learn a lot about people, how they react to adversity. And this team has not handled adversity very well over the last 4 games at all. They haven't tried to change anything. We heard all the rumors about, maybe Izzy Abanikanda will be played after Michael Carter was cut. He doesn't play. They finally got Brownlee in a little bit today, and at least he catches the ball, so that's a nice bonus finally. But they don't try anything creative. It's the same offense, and that's why they played Tim Boyle. All they said all week was Tim Boyle knows the system. The system's broken. The system doesn't work. There's nothing redeeming about the system besides Aaron Rodgers carrying the team on his back within the system, which is out of the picture right now. So there's just a lot of questions here and a lot of hard adult conversations that need to happen. And if they're afraid to have those adult conversations, then nothing will be better next year, to be honest with you.